The St. Louis Cardinals come away with the victory in Game 1 of the National League Division Series, 7-6 versus the Atlanta Braves. In full disclosure, guys, I was going for the Atlanta Braves in this one, and more specifically in this series. And that is, of course, because the Cardinals, they have, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they have 11 World Series titles, or I believe it's up to 12 or something like that. But basically, they have a pretty significant number of World Series titles, and my San Francisco Giants, of course, between New York and San Francisco, we have 8 World Series titles. So we are moving up the ladder, but of course, it is going to be a leapfrog to try to catch the New York Yankees' 27 World Series titles. So anyways, let's get into this game. And this was a very competitive first game of this series. You got two really good opponents playing up against each other, Cardinals and Braves. So it's an exciting playoff series, as a lot of these these NL and AL division series matchups are very enticing. A lot of great baseball to be played and to be watched as fans. So we are in for a treat, guys, in this postseason. And of course, with the Giants' Bay Area rivals, the Oakland A's, going down. Now, of course, I am rooting for the Nationals to take down the Dodgers. But anyways, let's get more into this game. So for the Atlanta Braves, Dallas Keuchel got the start, and he pitched very effectively. Now, the story of Dallas Keuchel is that he held out in the offseason for pretty much all offseason. Nobody signed him. And, whether that was because he was trying to get a certain dollar amount in his contract, or, really wanting to play for a contender, a team that was going to be competitive, and because, he's looking to win a World Series title. So he signed late in the season with the Braves, and so he turned out a very nice start in this Game 1 of the playoff series, going 4 2/3 innings, allowing 5 hits, 1 earned run, did allow 3 walks in the outing. Now, for the St. Louis Cardinals, getting the ball was Mikolas, a 31-year-old right-hander who went 5 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Now, this was a very tight ball game. It was 3-3 going to the top of the 9th inning, and the Atlanta Braves excuse me. The Atlanta Braves sent in right-hander Mark Mikolas, who us San Francisco Giant fans know all too well, as we signed him to the 4-year, $62 million contract following the 2016 season. And that was, of course, when the Giants blew a 3-run lead in a elimination Game 4 against the Chicago Cubs in the National League Division Series. So in the offseason, the Giants sent out on a mission to acquire a closer who could nail down that 9th inning, and they signed Mikolas to this big deal. Well, Farhan Zaidi was able to deal Mark Mikolas to the Atlanta Braves at the July 31st trade deadline. And Mikolas was having a pretty solid season. But again, what we saw today is typically what we saw throughout his time in San Francisco, which was giving up a lot of runs in close ball games. And and this one is just unfortunate because, you root for the guy and you want to see him succeed out there. But in this playoff game, 4 earned runs he got tagged with, allowing 5 hits, and also allowed 2 walks in the inning. So really tough outing for Mark Mikolas, but he is a very high character individual. He will bounce back from this, and, the Braves will have to put this game behind them in the rearview mirror and get ready for a Game 2. So the Cardinals offense in this one, they pounded out 14 hits. The Atlanta Braves pounded out 9 hits. And so now let's get into the scoring of how this game played out. So in the bottom of the first inning, the Atlanta Braves did get on the board early when Josh Donaldson reached on a fielder's choice, and on a Colton Wong throwing error, Ozzie Aldiz came in to score to make it 1-0 Braves. In the top of the 5th inning, the St. Louis Cardinals would tie the ball game up on a Dexter Fowler situational at bat, knocks in a run with an RBI ground out. Now, as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Dansby Swanson comes up with a 2-run single to give the Atlanta Braves a 3-1 lead, and now they're feeling very good in Atlanta, going, oh, 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 whatever the Atlanta chop, guys. That is my impersonation of it. In this case, that is what we are going for, to knock off the Redbirds. So now, as we go to the top of the 8th inning, the Cardinals would get another run on a Paul Goldschmidt home run, which would cut the deficit to 3-2. So Braves still leading at that point. Then Matt Carpenter ties the game up at 3. And then as we go to that 9th inning, where Melanson struggled, Marcell Ozuna came up with a bases-loaded 2-run double to give the Cardinals a 5-3 lead. And then Colton Wong would later come up with a 2-run double to cap off a 4-run top of the 9th to give the Cardinals a 7-3 lead. Now, the Atlanta Braves would make some noise in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 3 runs and coming to within 1 run to tie the game. So it started off with a leadoff walk from Billy Hamilton, and then Ronald Acuna Jr. comes up with a 2-run home run to make it 7-5 Cardinals. And then Freddie Freeman later in the inning comes up with a solo home run of his own, and that would make it 7-6. Now, unfortunately, the Braves would not be able to come back from there, and so they would drop this first game of the series. 7-6 Cardinals win, and now Atlanta will be looking to tie the series up in a Game 2. And so looking ahead, as we look ahead to the future, to Game 2 of this National League Division Series playoff, the Cardinals are going to be sending one of their aces to the mound, a 23-year-old Jack Flaherty, who is 11-8 on the season with a 2.75 ERA and 231 strikeouts. Now, he is going to be opposing Mike Foltynewicz of the Atlanta Braves, who was 8-6 with a 4.54 ERA to go with 105 strikeouts. And so, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you made it all the way through to the end of the video, be sure to smash up that like button and smash the subscriber button and smash that bell button if you haven't done so already, if you would like to be notified when new videos are being posted. So as you guys who all out there that may follow me, I am indeed a huge San Francisco Giants fan, doing game recaps after every game. And as we have carried on now into the MLB postseason, I have decided to carry on my game recaps into the playoffs, as I'm sure all of you baseball fans out there, it doesn't get any better than baseball in October. However, of course, we wish that the San Francisco Giants would be playing October baseball in Bruce Bochy's final season. But, of course, it didn't come to fruition how we would have liked to in the month of September. But nevertheless, guys, there is huge optimism looking ahead to the future for the San Francisco Giants. And for the meantime, we can enjoy some October baseball. And so for those of you out there that may be St. Louis Cardinal fans or even Atlanta Brave fans that are checking this video out, let me know down in that comment section, what are your thoughts after the game, and, you know, how is your confidence level with your team? And, you know, love to hear from all of you guys. And also, I want to take this time right now to thank all of you for watching my videos. I appreciate all of you guys. And don't ever be afraid to comment down below. Absolutely love to interact with you. And as always, until next time, I will see you all again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.